Ben Wheatley is a genius, I think. He's certainly one of the most inspired and visionary directors I've ever worked with. His taste is completely singular. I wouldn't want to speak for him, but I think he's standing on the shoulders of giants in terms of the filmmakers he respects and admires. And it's extraordinary. He's a huge cinephile, and he has an intense rigor about and a knowledge about cinema and filmmaking. But he wears that learning very lightly, like a loose garment, and you never feel like it's like the business of making the film is serious or intense. It actually feels like a pleasure, because the atmosphere he creates on set is about fun and joy and exploration.
Working with Ben is very interesting. He is he comes from editing and special effects. He comes from picture. So he's very strong on image. He's not so interested in emotional truth, in phraseology of character, all those sort of actory things which some directors do, not so many in film. But he's very supportive, he's very open, he has no apparent ego. So he's very easy to work with, and he'll take ideas and use them or reject them.
Obviously Ben has an idea of what he's going to shoot. He knows what he needs to get covered in a scene, but he's also very free and flexible, so that if something comes up when we're shooting that he thinks will help the scene, he'll just start shooting it, you know. And that's an exciting thing. That I haven't experienced that very often in film. Film can be quite structured, you know, you have to get through a certain amount of shots per scene, and you have to get the certain scenes per day, and if you don't, you know, you're back behind. But with Ben, he works in a way, you know, we did a scene the other day, and it was really dark. It was quite powerful, really intense scene for my character. And I was just having a break between shots, and I was still smoking the herbal cigarette, which we're smoking in the film. You can't smoke real cigarettes. So I'm sitting on the sofa, and I'm exhausted. I mean, I'm totally drained by what I've been doing. And I'm sitting there while they're setting up the scene. And Ben just goes, "Oh, just keep smoking that cigarette. I'm just going to film you." And he did. He just filmed me just sitting on the sofa and on the set while they were getting ready for another take. And that stuff, it makes scenes, it makes them alive, you know? When you can cut back to little moments of just complete reality. Ben's very aware of that, I think, and that's why I think, you know, even though this film at times can be very detached and crazy at times, he will be, I think he'll manage to keep the reality of the story and keep you, you know, drawn into the story and the characters. And
高級タワーマンションハイライスへようこそ。最高の眺望、スーパーにジム、エステまで、ここにはあなたの望むすべてがあります。
I'm so sorry. I thought you were empty.
I just moved in.
Why don't you come up later and have a drink?
ここはユートピアなのです。ルールに従っている限りは。
You don't know how things work around here yet, do you?
There's a rigid social hierarchy here, whether royal likes it or not.
We pay the same charges as the top floors. We want our fair share of the power.
You built all this.
I put all my energies into this tower.
Colonizing the sky. And who can blame him when you look at what's going on down at street level?
Things would be better if we could afford to move to a higher floor.
We
should be prepared to meet moderate resistance.
They've fitted themselves so tightly into their slots. Slots designed by you.
Well, it takes a certain determination to row against the current.
Lang here has been charged with disseminating propaganda amongst the lower orders.
I don't know what caused it, and I didn't do it.
What are you doing? What are you doing in there?
Teething problems. Building's still settling.
Doesn't it seem odd that a man can fall from the 39th floor and not one police car turn up?
セレブたちのマンションで一体何が起きたのか。
The ones who are the real danger are the self-contained types like you.
Perhaps you're right.
ハイライズ、皆様のご入居お待ちしています。